headlines now. Prince Harry's legal challenge against the Home Office is back in the High Court today. Harry's claiming that he was treated unfairly by the Home Office when they denied him the right to automatic police protection in the UK. Well, let's cross now to the Royal Courts of Justice and speak to GBNews' royal correspondent Cameron Walker, who's been nobly there all day in the cold and the rain. So, Cameron, the Ginger Whinger, or his lawyers, are having their day in court again. What's the latest?
Yeah, Martin, lawyers from both sides have been setting out their opening arguments today at the Royal Courts of Justice in London. Shahid Fatima KC, representing Prince Harry, says that he has the right to security and safety just like anybody else in the United Kingdom. She also alleged that RAVEC, that's the Home Office committee who decides what level of protection Prince Harry gets from the Metropolitan Police, did not follow its own written policy when it changed their decisions and chose not to do a risk assessment when it came to Prince Harry, and said that the decision was taken in February 2020, which was a month before Prince Harry stood back as a working member of the royal family. In written argument, she also referred to an incident in June 2021 where Prince Harry's car was chased by paparazzi in the United Kingdom when he'd already stepped back as a working member of the royal family. But in response, Sir James Eadie KC, representing the Home Office, said that the agreement was that Prince Harry would give 28 days notice if he was going to return to the UK so they could plan for his police protection. In that particular instance, Prince Harry gave 17 days notice, according to Sir James Eadie KC. He also went on to say that it was never about taking away Prince Harry's police protection entirely, but it would instead be done on a case-by-case basis. He says there was also finite public reserves for state-funded security, i.e. taxpayers' money going towards protecting Prince Harry, and it was plainly rational and lawful for RAVEC, the committee, to consider that the Duke of Sussex is stepping back as a working member of the royal family and therefore does not get the same police protection as any other member of the royal family. Well, the case is expected to continue here at the High Court for 2.5 days, and the judge will make his decision at a later date.
OK, Cameron Walker live from the Royal Courts of Justice. Thanks for that update. Well, on that same story now, royal commentator Angela Levin joins us now. Angela, I don't know about you, but the word that leaps to mind is entitlement.
Yes, well, we know Harry and entitlement, don't we? I mean, he hasn't quite realised that he's not on the same level as he was 2-3 years ago. But I studied the last time that he came over, and every time he comes over. But I don't think people actually know exactly what it is. What he wants is top policemen who look after him 24/7. And what the royal, the other side want is that he is only protected when he does something to do with the royal family, some particular event, then he is. But if he's going around seeing friends and making rude noises about the royal family, he isn't protected. He can get his own protection and pay for that, which he's offered to do, but he doesn't want anybody who's not absolutely at the top. Now, the thing is, if they let Harry do it, as he's not a member of the royal family in the same way, then all sorts of people are going to come after it. Heads of companies, people who come from abroad on a visit, and actually there won't be anybody left on the street because they'll all be looking after, big numbers of high-grade people. And so they don't want to do that. And I think that that's actually perfectly reasonable. He can get good protection officers, but he's not going to get the best. He moans that he's not getting the best because they know what's coming on. They know got better intelligence than for him. But I don't think he can say he deserves the better intelligence anymore. It got to move on. And I don't think anybody wants, not just for him, but also for Meghan and for the two children, they want separate protection officers. And that's going to cost us an enormous amount of money. And I don't think they particularly want to do that.
Well, Angela, it has to be said, GBNews went out and about in Birmingham today, and we put this to the great British public. You can always rely on them, especially the salt of the earth Brummies, and not a single one of them felt that Harry deserve the full treatment? And I put this to you, Angela. He's not even a top drawer royal anymore, so why should he expect top drawer security?
Well, I think one reason is because he wants us to pay for his, wherever he goes around the world, to have that sort of protection. And I think it's just greedy, and he can't expect that. He can't, he also feels that it puts him off coming to London. I don't think anybody would mind that at all. And if he does come for an event, he will be looked after. Otherwise, it's up to him. He has to take second or third degree protection officers.
Well, Angela Levin, thank you for joining us. And I think the British taxpayer would rather put all of this money towards the world's smallest violin and to play it for Harry and say, sorry, mate, you decided to leave the royal family. You cleared off to America. You're not really one of the inner circle anymore. Why should you deserve the full bells and whistles paid for by us mugs, the taxpayer?